One of the most hotly asked questions here at Curve is how to pack to go bikepacking. Maybe it's your first trip, you've got your route, but you don't really know what to take and how to put it on your bike. That's what we're going to go through today. Some of the key things to think about are the bags that you use, how you distribute the weight on the bike, and where you pack your essentials so they're always to hand when you need them. On the front, I often use a bar bag like this one from Tailfin. That's where I keep anything that I don't need while I'm riding. So that will be my sleeping setup, sleeping bag, any real warm clothes to wear off the bike, because it's not too easily accessible when you're riding, other than these small pockets on the top. So this is stuff that you only use when you're setting up camp for the night and you're kind of done riding for the day. You can also hide some heavier items here. It affects your steering a little bit, but because it's bolted directly to the bike, it's not going to cause any sway, it's not going to throw the weight around on the bike too much. As you move towards the middle of the bike, I've got a top tube bag and a frame bag. This is where you want things that you actually are going to use while you're riding. Think things like sun cream, puncture repair kits, charging cables, electronics, stuff that I've got to hand. You're also probably going to have some food in there, some backup clothing, some lightweight layers like a jacket or a gilet, maybe some arm warmers depending how cold it is. This is where, when I'm going on trips, I generally store my electronics, those like heavier charging packs, any cameras, anything like that. Moving further back on the bike, I've got the seat pack. This is, because it's located quite high up, this is where you have your bulkier items that are a little bit lighter than what you put in the front. It's really important how you pack it. You want to have the heavier or larger items as close to the center of the frame as possible, right pushed up against the seat post. And that will stop the bag from swaying around too much when you climb out the saddle. Items I put in here are things that you're not going to use while you're riding. So I think maybe sleeping bags, liners or bivvies, that kind of thing. So let's break down how to pack. So there's obviously lots of ways of doing this, but this is the method I found that works for me. In the front bag here is where I put my heavier sleeping equipment. That's going to include my tent, my sleeping bag, and one of the most important things is a good sleeping mat. Not only is it going to keep you comfy at night, but it's going to keep you insulated from the cold ground. It makes a massive difference to getting a good night's sleep. And if you're feeling extra fancy like me, get yourself one of these little blow-up pillows just to make yourself extra cozy. Something to look out for when you're buying a sleeping mat, make sure you get one that's big enough for you. I'm quite a tall human and my feet stick off the end of this one and then they get pretty cold. So make sure you get the sleeping mat that's fitted to you. Something I find really handy are these little feed pouches. They mount up on the handlebars, super easy accessible. You can put heaps of snacks in there, or if you're somewhere hot, maybe a third water bottle. And yeah, as you're riding along, super easy to grab food. Works quite well if you just put an entire open bag of Haribo in there, you can just snack all day. In the top tube bag here, it's more things you're going to use while you're riding. So for me, I've got my charging pack for my Wahoo, my phone. There's a nifty little hole in the front of this Tailfin one so you can lead the cable out and you can charge as you're going. It's just one less thing you have to stop for. And then also in here, I've got a small bottle of sun cream and some UV protected lip balm so I can just keep applying all day, not going to get sunburn. And then also my dyno plugs and puncture repair kit, just so if I do get a flat, I can get them to hand really quick, stab the tire, not lose too much pressure. In the frame bag here, I generally keep kind of riding spare clothes. So I've got a rain jacket, pair of gloves, a bath. They're thin, small layers. They pack in here really nicely, but you'd be amazed at how much warmer they keep you if the weather turns. Few extra essentials in there that you might use while you're riding, but like not too often, is a little rag and some chain wax or chain lube, just to keep the bike in tip-top shape when you're out there on an adventure. Something that's really good about having your clothes to hand in a frame bag like this is if the weather changes quickly, you don't really have to stop. You can just open them up, grab your jacket, grab your gloves out, chuck them on while you're going, and it's just one less thing to have to stop for when that weather changes quickly. The last little one that I always have on me, this is my trusty little reusable film camera that always lives in there. God knows there's photos of all kinds of things on this thing. Who knows what will happen when I get it developed. So with the saddlebag, I've got a couple of permanent items in there. You put them in once and you never know when they're going to come in handy. A trusty multi-tool, it's got everything you need with a chain tool on there. You don't want to forget that one. Little mini pump. Couple of gas canisters and a tire lever. These things should be a staple on every ride. So you just chuck them in there, you're always going to be there for you. And then for bikepacking trips, you're probably going to be out there a bit longer. You might be in the middle of nowhere. got a couple more essentials that are going to keep you safe if anything goes wrong. We've got a little bit of first aid with some bandages and some saline, so you can clean yourself up if you do have a crash. So some of these things have come from Bob's Essentials kit. He likes to carry spare contact lenses with him. You never know when you might need them. Other things you want to have in there, if you're going somewhere where the climate could be a little bit colder or a bit more changeable, something like a proper storm jacket still packs down really small, but it's just going to keep you that bit warmer than your riding rain jacket if the weather really turns, or if you're setting your tent up in the rain or something like that. That lives in the back there as well. So with the saddlebags, although they are a little bit lighter, you do have to be careful with how you pack these things. Another alternative that we like here at Curve is this Tailfin Aero Pack. As you can see, it's easily detachable from the bike, but with this solid, rigid frame, it's not going to sway at all when you're riding. You've also got the options of panniers on here, so you can add heaps of storage. And because it's rigid, you don't really have to matter how you pack it. You can cram anything you want in this thing. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to move while you're riding. Another thing we love about these Tailfin bags, super easy to take them off the bike. If you do want to stay in a pub and take everything with you and your bike's outside, you just flick the lever, take the bag off, and all your expensive camping gear comes with you into the room. So that is our hot tips on how to pack for your first bikepacking trip. Obviously, with bikepacking, there's so many ways you can do it, and you have to find the one that works best for you. So let us know down below how you would pack. If you'd rather just go flashpacking and stay in them hotels, we've also got a video for that, so you should check that out. But this is how we like to do it, and it seems to work for us. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to subscribe to Curve.